Since the XRP case made headlines a few years ago, we've been talking and focusing on other regulatory bodies like the CFTC. This is because we've always thought that the SEC wouldn't be the main player to make crypto regulations clear. I still believe this to be true today, and when we think about that, we see that the SEC and the CFTC are working together to control all of crypto in the US. And I think this is still going on right now. It's also important to think about what the CFTC has done because of the addition of well-known cryptocurrency projects like Ripple and even XRP. Okay, let's talk about this for a while again. It was announced that the CFTC will hold a meeting with the CEOs of the biggest companies in the crypto industry to talk about the launch of the CFTC digital markets. There's already a test program in the digital asset markets for tokenized non-cash collateral like stablecoins, Circle, Coinbase, crypto.com. The CFTC wants safe and responsible innovation, and Moon and Ripple will now be among the players. I'm excited to share this groundbreaking plan for the U.S. digital asset markets with the market. I look forward to working with people in the market to keep the Trump administration's promise to make sure that America leads the way on first, economic chance. This shows that the CFTC is working with companies like Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com to make sure that the U.S. is the leader not only in economic chance, but also in becoming a leader in crypto. This has been going on since November, when the Digital Assets Committee suggested tokenization. In November, they said that World Bank bonds would be tokenized. You can see this on the CFTC's kite. 3 days later, they announced plans for a tokenized collateral pilot. This gave us a better idea of what they were doing, since the previous announcements were mostly about stablecoin projects, corporate debt, and government stocks. They use gold and money market funds as security. Of course, a lot of stablecoins are like money market funds. If you need variation margin for derivatives or swaps, one of the best things about tokenization is it lets you provide assets right away. Swaps are the biggest market in the world, worth quadrillions of dollars. Each party to a deal only puts down a small amount of the possible risk as margin. This means that if the price of the base asset goes down, one party may have to put up more margin. When you move non-cash collateral, it takes longer to get paid back. With tokenized assets, on the other hand, you can get paid very fast. Now is a good time to look at some of the big players. Talk about companies like Ripple and what they could do to speed up derivative settlement and change how derivatives are moved in general in a moment. I want to show you some of the most recent changes that have happened with derivatives first. You should give it to me. The DTCC said on the 7th that they were happy to work with the ISDA to add the ISDA digital regulatory reporting to the DTCC Global Trade Archive approved reporting system. This is now official word that derivatives are changing. I know it doesn't seem like it from the statement, but the quote below, the DTCC is happy to keep supporting the ISDR, which will make it easier for market players in the UK and EU to report trade. We are still committed to providing our customers around the world with the best value for the most complete and cutting-edge trade reporting options. This includes increasing the acceptance rates for submitted trade data and lowering the costs and difficulties they face when they have to adapt to new rules set by regulators. Generation Infinity 2 reported this on April 30th, and we made a video about it. They broke the DTCC patent by tokenizing quadrillions of dollars worth of global assets. This created a new financial system that is built on blockchain and controlled by legacy systems. It can also work with other systems. The patent also says that the network will work with Hardark, XRP, Ethereum. In this test program, which includes Circle, Coinbase, Crypto.com, the CFTC is already working with futures. These are quadrillion-dollar deals, and Ripple's in the middle of them because they join the ISDA in August 2023. Also, Ripple stands out because of what they offer using even XRP. And since XRP is now part of this patent with the DTCC, we can probably guess that Ripple and XRP are going to be used in a big way. But that's not all. Smoke Dog just got a big shout out because the DTCC just said that they are combining systems with Ripple partner ISDA. Smoke Dog has a new, more up-to-date look at this. Up to $3.70 quadrillion worth of value had already been sent and handled by them in 2024. That's a crazy increase from $2.30 quadrillion to $3.70 quadrillion in just 4 years. But if we go over here, we have, just as the DTCC settles US stocks, blockchain-based settlement networks like Ripple Rocks and Copper could settle global fiat currencies and digital assets almost instantly. This means that the digital dollar could be used in completely new ways to send and receive money. As the market grows and matures, regulatory bodies like the CFTC are starting to talk about these joint forums. What's even stranger is that the CFTC has been very involved in supporting crypto innovation from March 31st to the present. The US CFTC has taken back 2 crypto staff advisories, saying that the market needs fair treatment. I think it's very clear that they are ready for crypto to come in. Even if we go back to February when they were in the news, this January statement shows that Caroline D. Penn took over as acting chair of the CFTC. That's interesting because we know that Caroline D. Penn stopped by the Ripple Labs office, which is the offices of, this happened in San Francisco in 2022. She was mostly learning about Ripple, Bitcoin, the blockchain, and even XRP. Being at the CFTC now means that they are going to hold a joint CEO meeting to talk about the tokenization pilot. Things are going so well right now that patents are being released that show network support for even XRP, and more players are tokenizing quadrillions of dollars for the new financial system that is being built right now. On May 5, Caroline D. Pam told Eleanor Torre live on stage at the Network Meta conference that the CFTC would be watching a few industry tokenization pilot programs to see how well tokenized assets work in the real world. Professionals around the world are working hard to learn this technology so that we can all use it on a big scale. They are doing this to get more experience with it and because it is useful. Additionally, we know that the CFTC ended its CEO forum on digital assets on March 6th. CEOs and other top executives from major crypto companies were present. To restate the news, Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple was the one who discussed this with Caroline Deal. As I said before, it's crazy because the links were there.